Welcome to the Pariksha Academy. Today's topic is East and West flowing rivers. East and West flowing rivers of India. The peninsular rivers of India can broadly be classified into east flowing and west flowing rivers on the basis of their direction of flow. Their direction is mainly controlled by the general slope of the peninsular plateau, the position of the western Ghats, and geological structures such as faults and rift valleys. The peninsular plateau has a general slope from west to east. Therefore, most of the major peninsular rivers flow eastwards and drain into the Bay of Bengal. The Western Ghats form the principal water divide of peninsular India. Most rivers originating to the east of this divide travel long distances towards the Bay of Bengal, while rivers descending its western slopes generally travel short distances before entering the Arabian Sea. East-flowing rivers. The Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri are the four major east-flowing river systems of peninsular India. Other important east-flowing rivers include the Subarnarekha, Brahmani, Batarani, Pennar, Pala and Vagai. Among the east-flowing peninsular rivers, the Godavari has the largest drainage basin and forms the largest river system of peninsular India. East-flowing rivers generally originate in the Western Ghats, Central Indian highlands or other elevated parts of the peninsular plateau. The peninsular landmass is considerably wider to the east of the Western Ghats. Therefore, rivers such as the Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri travel relatively long distances before reaching the sea. These rivers transport sediments eroded from the plateau towards the eastern coastal plains. Near the eastern coast, the gradient becomes very gentle, reducing the transporting capacity of rivers and encouraging extensive deposition. As a result, major rivers such as the Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri have developed extensive deltas along the Bay of Bengal. The eastern coastal plain is relatively broad and gently sloping, providing favorable conditions for delta formation. In their lower courses, major east-flowing rivers divide into numerous distributaries that spread water and sediments across their deltaic plains. The deltas of east-flowing rivers are among the most fertile agricultural regions of India because of alluvial soils, level terrain and extensive irrigation. Intensive rice cultivation is particularly important in the deltaic regions of the Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Large dams, barrages and canal networks have been developed across east-flowing river basins because these rivers are important sources of irrigation in southern and eastern India. The natural discharge of east-flowing peninsular rivers is predominantly dependent on monsoon rainfall and therefore shows considerable seasonal variation. The deltaic regions of the eastern coast are highly vulnerable to tropical cyclones, storm surges, floods and coastal waterlogging. Reduced sediment supply due to dams, groundwater extraction, coastal erosion and sea level rise are important emerging challenges for several eastern deltaic regions. West-flowing rivers. The Narmada and Tapi are the two major long west-flowing rivers of peninsular India. Their westward courses represent important exceptions to the general eastward slope of the peninsular plateau. The direction of the Narmada and Tapi is strongly influenced by geological structures, particularly faults and rift valleys. The Narmada flows westwards through a structurally controlled valley between the Vindhya range in the north and the Satpura range in the south. The Tapi flows broadly parallel to the Narmada through a structural zone located south of the Satpura range. Both the Narmada and Tapi reach the Arabian Sea through the region associated with the Gulf of Khambhat. Numerous smaller rivers originating on the western slopes of the Western Ghats also flow towards the Arabian Sea. Important examples include the Mandovi, Zuari, Kali, Sharavati, Netravati and Periya. Most rivers of Kerala flow westwards into the Arabian Sea. The Western Ghats lie very close to the Arabian Sea coast. Consequently, most rivers descending their western slopes have short courses. The steep western slopes result in rapid river flow, and waterfalls and steep gradient channels are common. Jog Falls on the Sharavati River is a prominent example of the relationship between steep relief and west-flowing drainage in the Western Ghats. The western coastal plain is generally much narrower than the eastern coastal plain. Therefore, west-flowing rivers have limited space for developing extensive depositional plains. The relatively rapid increase in offshore depth and strong tidal influence along several sections of the western coast also restrict extensive delta formation. The Narmada and Tapi form predominantly estuarine conditions at their mouths rather than large deltas. Several short west-flowing rivers are associated with tidal creeks, estuaries and backwater systems along the western coast. The steep gradients of west-flowing rivers provide significant potential for hydroelectric power generation, particularly in the high rainfall regions of the Western Ghats. Basic differences between east and west-flowing rivers. East-flowing rivers are generally greater in number, length and total drainage area than the major west-flowing rivers of peninsular India. Most east-flowing rivers broadly follow the general west to east slope of the peninsular plateau, whereas the westward flow of the Narmada and Tapi is mainly related to structural control. Major east-flowing rivers drain into the Bay of Bengal, while west-flowing rivers drain into the Arabian Sea. Delta formation is more common at the mouths of major east-flowing rivers, whereas estuarine conditions are more prominent at the mouths of major west-flowing rivers. The eastern coastal plain is broad and gently sloping, while the western coastal plain is generally narrow and lies close to the steep slopes of the Western Ghats. Large east-flowing river basins support extensive irrigation and agricultural regions, whereas the steep gradients of many short west-flowing rivers provide favorable conditions for hydroelectric power generation. It is incorrect to assume that every east-flowing river forms a delta and every west-flowing river forms an estuary. The nature of a river mouth depends on sediment supply, tides, coastal currents, coastal gradient and river discharge. For map-based study, the Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri should be identified as the major east-flowing rivers, while the Narmada, Tapi, Sharavati and Periyar are important west-flowing rivers. For examination purposes, the basic concept is that the general eastward slope of peninsular India directs most major rivers towards the Bay of Bengal, whereas the western slopes of the Western Ghats and the structurally controlled valleys of the Narmada and Tapi produce important drainage towards the Arabian Sea. Thank you very much for joining us. For more useful study material, please like and share this video, and subscribe to the Pariksha Academy channel.